By the opinions of many players, scouts, and even fans, Anthony Edwards is considered a strong candidate to succeed as the league's best player and the next Michael Jordan. He's not just a star, but rather he is viewed as a superstar, averaging 25.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game. Anthony Edwards is an unstoppable juggernaut on the court. But why do players and scouts think that Anthony Edwards will be the next Michael Jordan? Let's explore Anthony's ascent and examine the reasons behind these assertions to discover what all the excitement is about and determine whether Anthony Edwards is indeed the next GOAT of the NBA. Anthony Edwards, also known as Ant-Man, was selected first overall in the 2020 NBA draft out of University of Georgia. He is considered one of the league's future stars and is even predicted to win the league championship. At 26 points per game, he presently leads the first all-rookie team and is won 3 times as Rookie of the Month. Anthony is ranked second, just behind Luka Doncic, among ESPN's top 25 players under the age of 25. As of Friday, December 22nd, the 22-year-old has guided the Minnesota Timberwolves to a 21-6 start in the current campaign, positioning them as the top team in the Western Conference. He is currently in his 4th season and has led the Wolves, who placed second worst in the league in 2019 to 2020, to become a playoff contender by 2021 to 2022. The idea is that in just his 2nd season, it says something for someone so young to be making those kinds of movements so quickly. In reference to his 2nd season, Anthony truly made an impression on December 16, 2021, against the Denver Nuggets, scoring 38 points and making 10 3-pointers in a 124-107 victory. He is currently being likened to prominent players, including as Tracy McGrady. He makes me think of T-Mac. Even though he isn't as tall, we're going to assume that he is known for both his impressive dunks and his shooting ability. The guy plays with the experience of a veteran in the league. All of which brings us to this question: could Anthony Edwards become the next Michael Jordan? When discussing the developing talent, ESPN's Tim McMahon brought up Anthony Edwards' extraordinary praise from an NBA scout who wishes to remain unnamed. Prior to last night's game, Tim McMahon stated on the Hoop Collective podcast that he spoke with a few scouts. Anthony Edwards is the next Michael Jordan, according to one of them, and he's vying with Giannis for the title of greatest two-way superstar. Additionally, in response to Tim's comment that the comparison was a little exaggerated, the scout said, "Yeah, but it ain't too far off." With a scoring average of 27.9 points per game, shooting percentages of 51% from the field, 53% from 3, and 82% from free throw range, Anthony Edwards is off to an incredible start to the season. In addition to his ability to score, he has changed the Timberwolves' defensive style, helping them achieve the league's highest defensive rating of 100.4. Furthermore, on November 6th, he created a huge impression as the squad that opened the season by shutting down the Boston Celtics, forcing overtime and scoring 38 points against the unbeaten team. Although we acknowledge that drawing parallels to Michael Jordan is a reach, and that Anthony Edwards still has a ways to go before this becomes a reality, there's no mistaking how much he's improved as one of the league's top two-way players. It's almost like Mike's hang time for the man. Here are a few instances. By the end of the 3rd quarter on February 19th, 2021, in his rookie season against the Raptors, Edwards is sitting on the outside with his eyes wide as Jordy Moffett passes to Anthony, who then makes a huge driving dunk to the hoop. Anthony Edwards, who was only 19 at the time, does finish that game, and he made an appearance against the Rockets on April 3rd, 2022. With 20 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter, Edwards sits outside the 3-point line and drives a 2-foot slam. This individual is becoming more and more known because of the explosion and the hang time in his 2nd season. Now let's look at another one against the Grizzlies on November 20th, 2021. Deuce Jones drops the ball while attempting to drive the 1st quarter. After Nas Reed picks it up, D'Angelo Russell passes it to Anthony Edwards right away so that the latter may finish with a 2-foot slam. Watch how far he jumps to complete this slam. You guys don't understand this guy. Anthony, arguably the most athletic shooting guard to enter the NBA since Vince Carter, according to comments on YouTube. He may equally fly off 1 or 2 feet. Few can dunk like that. His explosiveness, fearlessness, body language, and trafficking are all reminiscent of Michael Jordan. I see Edwards as the next Jordan. So what's the big deal about this guy then? Well, when it comes to his explosiveness, hang time, and all-around skill set, Michael Jordan hasn't been surpassed by any player in terms of movement. However, 17 years after Michael officially called it quits, a new kid on the block has startled folks much like Jordan did. Anthony Edwards has a Michael Jordan-like combination of explosive athleticism and hang time, although Jordan and Edwards may share many gaming traits, like as how they dunk, glide through layups, and use their feet, who concentrate mostly on their capacity to make baskets while their bodies are falling. This is how that appears. On March 5th, 1985, during a game against the Sixers, Michael attempts a drive to the hoop but is stopped by traffic, but manages to make the shot and draw a foul. Let's fast forward to February 1st, 2021. Anthony drives to the net, gets into traffic, and makes the shot while drawing a foul. And Anthony seems to have taken inspiration from Michael's game and applied it to his own. 22. Unbelievable. Edwards navigates the HT on. In addition to the previously stated dunks, Anthony Edwards shoots threes with ease. That kind of confidence level will provide challenges for the league. It's risky because he may attack the rim and create baskets. Few players can be as adaptable as Edwards. For Edwards, it's becoming obvious that he will lead the league for the next 10 to 15 years at this rate, as he established himself as the go-to player in Minnesota and rapidly rises to the top among other young players in the league. There's a lot of excitement surrounding him because he is this ready at such a young age. It's only a matter of time until those colors truly appear, as many in the league sense superstar potential. Let's return to the original question. Could Anthony Edwards be the next Michael Jordan? In March 2022, Patrick Beverley expressed his belief that Anthony is the one on JJ Redick's podcast. He said in the interview, I told him, man, you got a chance, brother, to be Michael Jordan. You really do. But I know you guys are gonna look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm gonna put all that pressure on that child. I've spent a lot of time with them, and the child never engages in any unpleasant activities, only positivism and video games. His level of talent and skill is incredible, and in this league, he has the potential to be quite special. Additionally, Charles Barkley said, I always tell people that these teams are only different and that they have 1 or 2 stars. Every team has really good players, but the stars are what make the difference. You know, Shaw always talks about the other teams. They have players, but they don't have stars. And Anthony Edwards isn't going to be a star, he's going to be a superstar. Michael was unique because he possessed both the physical attributes and the inner drive to become one of the all-time greats. Anthony Edwards has a natural ability to be great. And as you can see when you look at him and learn about his background, he doesn't have to work as hard as other people do. If he really wants to, he could pick up a tennis racket and become the best player. As a child, he was one of those people who could touch anything and instantly become excellent at it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the next one, shown on the screen.